Good morning. How is everybody doing this morning? It is December 21st, and that means this is day 21 of our twice sheared sheep Advent box opening. So, one moment, sorry. Alrighty. Twice sheared sheep. Yay! Bah. All right. We have the twice sheared sheep Advent box. And as usual, that QR code up there will take you to Twice Sheared Sheep. It is an affiliate link, which means you pay the same price and I get a small commission for sending you there. Thank you. And you can get 20% off. So not even the same price. You can pay even less by using the coupon code in all capital letters, Jessie at Home 20. That's JESSIEATHOME 20. And that gets you 20% off everything with the exception of the mystery surpriser Advent boxes at Twice Sheared Sheep. And use that QR code up there, please. That will take you with the affiliate link. And I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. So now let's take a look at the Twice Sheared Sheep Advent box, day 21. 21, yay! All right. Okay, let's see. 21 was right here. Let me. There. Okay, I got it. All right, here we go. Day 21. Whee! All right, and ooh, that's pretty solid. Not a lot of space in there. Something taking up some room. I think it's something like fabricy. I'm gonna go with that. It's something like fabricy, some sort of like case for something, like, you know, little bag for something. I don't know. All right, 21. Wee, 21. And there's the little opening bit. Let's see. And open this way and open that way. And oh, it's, I don't know. Let's see. It's not even close to fabricy. It is. It is liony. Look at the lion with the sunflower. Oh my gosh. Okay, and it is a wraps per inch, right? Let's see. How to use to determine your weight, your yarn weight thickness. Wrap yarn around the tool in the 1-inch space provided. Wrap loosely so that each wrap. Oh no! I dropped him. They're usually like glued on there a little bit. I wasn't expecting it to not be glued on. Wrap loosely so that each wrap just touches the wrap next to it. Do not pull too tightly. Count the number of wraps you can fit comfortably in the 1-inch space and compare it to the chart to determine the yarn weight. Okay, and so there's a chart on here, but if you turn our lion around, there's also a chart there. All right, so here we go, and that is his little opening from his little armpit, leg pit, whatever. His little belly opening is 1 inch, okay, and the little bit between his wrapped tail and his mane makes that 1 inch. And on the back, it tells you how many wraps per inch in the different weights. And I love the various wraps per inch tools. So this is really, really handy. Awesomeness. And of course, the little lion works well for Wizard of Oz. And I said earlier that I really hope there was some Wizard of Oz something in there. We had the ruby slippers, and now we have the lion. Yay! All right, wraps per inch tool, very, very handy. It's a good way to help you decide if yarns will be suitable for substituting. So a lot of times when I use a yarn, I will also check the wraps per inch on it and just make a note of it. And then that way, if I ever need to sub yarns, then I can look at the wraps per inch in addition to all the other information to decide if it's going to be a good yarn substitute. Because sometimes there's a yarn that has, it's just like, I don't know, different, there's the yarns of that might be a bulky weight that actually have a lot more wraps per inch sometimes, but and there's such a variety between the low end of one size to the high end of one size. Like, you know, worsted, sometimes a really light worsted is more like a DK, and sometimes a really heavy worsted is more like a bulky. So if you do worsted, but then you also do the wraps per inch, that will really help you decide, okay, can I sub, you know, Hirschner's worsted with in place of Red Heart Super Saver? And so using the wraps per inch tool will help you with that a whole lot. So I really do love using the wraps per inch tool, especially when I'm trying to sub yarns. It's incredibly helpful on something like that. Okay. So, and even if you're not subbing yarns, the other time that I really like using it is if I'm doing something with like a scrap buster project. Okay. Or even just mixing yarns because I really like this yarn and I really like this yarn and I want them both in the same project. And I'm trying to decide, do I need to, in order to get the same gauge, is this going to work? Am I going to need to, you know, fudge things around? How's it going to work? So if I want to just, you know, do stripes of two different yarns that aren't the same yarn, but in two different colors, then you of course look at the other information on the skein, you know, the weight, all of that sort of stuff. But if you also use the wraps per inch tool, that will be one more thing that you can check. And if the weight's the same, the wraps per inch are the same, all of that, then go ahead and do the stripes of those two different yarns, even though it's not the same yarn, just in two different colors. It's two different yarns entirely. If your wraps per inch are the same, along with your weight and everything, then it is most likely going to work out just fine. So there's a couple of reasons why the wraps per inch tool, excuse me, comes in very handy. And of course, in a pinch, you can also use it as a bobbin. All right. So there you go, wraps per inch tool. And I love that, yes, the information is on this little tag thingy, whatever you call it, the packaging. But even better, it's also on the back of the tool. Okay. So of course it's always going to be with my tool. And then what I'll probably do is keep this and just stick it in one of my project bags or whatever, just so that I also have a little reminder. Actually, what I might even do is measure up 1 inch here, like from here up, and cut that at 1 inch and toss it in so that it's 1 inch tall. And then that way I have the little cheat sheet and I can wrap my yarn around it. And that's something I could just leave in a project bag and always have that in there. And then this is my really pretty and doesn't get bent kind of wraps per inch tool as well. All right. So you can actually cheat and make a second one out of this. All right, guys. This one's prettier though. All right, oh wait, we need to look and see what size tomorrow is. I very often almost forget to check and see what size box the next day is. Okay, today was the 21st, so we're going to put that away. Oh, and the 22nd is the last one of our smallest size boxes. So right here is the 22nd. This is the smallest size box that we have in here, and it will be our very last one. So there's 22, 23, 24, 25. All right, so tomorrow is 22. It's the small box, and we will see tomorrow what's inside. So it's great talking to you guys. I will see you then, and happy Hanukkah if you are a Hanukkah person, and I hope you're all ready for Christmas if you're a Christmas person, and no matter what kind of person you are, I hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.